I'm proud to tell you about this module. It is safety rating metrics. The point is that we started to rate our employees, and the rating can be both positive and negative. We have negative rating when an employee does some incorrect actions, and so he is fined by reducing his rating. When an employee does correct actions, we call them proactive practice, his rating increases. So let's check how it works. Here we can see violations and comments. Specify the number of points that will be deducted from the employee's overall rating for the identified fact of one violation. For example, we recorded that an employee did some violation and we need somehow to reduce his rating. By pressing this button, we can set how many points will be taken off the rating if the violation is registered within the hazards range from 1 to 8. We're testing this system, so let's take that 1 point will be taken off. Now, if we register some violation of an employee, which is within this hazards range, here we can again specify the number of points. Range from 9 to 63 is a more serious violation, so we naturally need to put a higher fine. Let's take 3 points, for example. Anyway, now I'm just showing how easy it is to make settings for the customer. The numbers can be absolutely different. And then, if we register some extremely dangerous violation of an employee, potential or factual, according to the metrics, we should fine him by taking off a greater number of points. Let's say 9 points. Now we have 1, 3, and 9 points. If we speak about proactive practice, let's see how it works. If we find out that we have an employee who takes care of his colleagues, of the working environment, and he implements anything positive into it, how can we award him? If his proactive practice lowers hazards in the range from 1 to 8, we can add 1 point to his rating. If his actions reduce hazards in the yellow area, we can add, let's say, 3 points to his rating. If he discovered any proactive practice or implemented some action that reduces potential hazards in the red area up to 256 points, we can add this amount of points to his rating. Looks fair, doesn't it? But there is one point. Any employee and any employer is interested in developing the culture of safety as the object. Safe production, safe construction, and the essence of any production or construction process is such that there are always more violations than proactive practices. That's why it has some sense for a wise customer to make the odds in favor of a proactive practice. It means that if an employee implements any proactive practice, he should be awarded more than if he does any violation. So let's make a triple difference here. Put 3, 9, and 27 points. In such a way, if an employee does a violation, 1 point is taken off his rating. But if he implements a proactive practice, he gets 3 more points to his rating. Now let's see how to work with the rating. So we have negative and positive ratings. To work with them, we introduce such a notion as threshold values, which can be also set by the customer. When an employee appears at the site, his rating is 0, He has not violated anything and has not implemented any proactive practice yet. Further, depending on his behavior at the site, his rating will either grow or reduce. Let's see the first threshold value, minus 30, let's say. When an employee's rating reaches this point, we can take some measures. For example, schedule a discussion with an HCE supervisor Okay, but there are employees for whom it doesn't work and they keep violating. Being a wise customer, we need to set a second threshold value. Let's say minus 40. And choose the measure. Let's say additional training. If it doesn't work either and the employee keeps violating, we can set a third threshold value and choose another measure. Let's say sending off the site for 3 days. So this is how it works. Let's do the same for proactive practices, which will let us discover leaders. As I have already said, there is some sense in stimulating employees, so don't set strict threshold values. We will set, let's say, 10, 20, and 40. Every customer can choose the reward themselves. We can set that if the rating reaches 10 points, an employee can get a one-time bonus of $100. If the rating reaches 20 points, an employee can get a one-time bonus of let's say $200. And if an employee reached the rating level of 40 and keeps it, we can award him with a monthly bonus for the whole period. Monthly bonus for the whole period while the rating doesn't go beyond the threshold. By doing this, we can motivate our contractors at the site. Press this button to save the changes. Now these parameters are saved and will be applied for the whole system.